Hi, my name is Luciani. I'll be doing your weekly spiritual general readings for the week of February 4th. I'm just dropping everything. Sorry, y'all. February 4th to February 10th, 2019. Guys, thank you so much for coming to the channel. If you are new here, welcome. This is a safe and healing space. We welcome you with loving open arms. So let's get right into it. So, Spirit Guides, what are Gemini's? Spirit Guides, what are Gemini's messages for the week of February 4th to February 10th, 2019? Spirit Guides, what are Gemini's messages? Spirit Guides, what are Gemini's messages? Spirit Guides, what are Gemini's messages? For 2019. All right, so let's get right into it, guys. We had some flyers that came out. So, all right. So, wow. All righty. Oh, okay. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups here. So I feel like this could, your energy that you're taking on or something that you're looking to like really cultivate, something that is just very, very beautiful, nurturing, but someone's just not being very cooperative with the Hangman here in the reverse and then the Ten of Swords right after. It's just, it's not a cooperating, nurturing thing at all to take place. Um, and again, it might even be level of cheating with that, that someone just, they just not faithful. But the Five of Swords here in the reverse, yes, you start off the week feeling possibly defeated of some kind. Others of you, this is energy where, um, this is energy where you could feel like there's just, again, there's some sort of trying to bury something, just trying to like put something behind you. It could be that kind of energy. But again, with the Queen of Pentacles here in a reverse, there's some sort of dependence that's going on that's leaving you like really like not really having faith in something anymore. With the Temperance here in the reverse, something that you used to have a lot of energy for, or cooperating, or again, I see harmony and cooperation, the lack therein. And it just seems like with this Page of Pentacles here in the reverse, someone is just like having this unwillingness to really learn, not really learning their mistakes of what they've been through, or um, again, this is some sort of trying to really, so maybe you guys are liberals. I do see that. Some of you guys are looking for the luxurious life, honey. Okay? And you're really trying to get your, your finances in the fair, but you feel like you're like dependent on somebody, or you're not feeling like really secured in that type of arena when it comes to finances and money. I see Pentacles energy. So this maybe have a lot to do with money related issues, or you might be dealing with a Capricorn in some capacity. But with the how you're feeling, you want prosperity. You're feeling prosperous. Um, but again, with this Queen of Cups here in the reverse, I feel like, wait a minute. Get out of here. So I got two Queen of Cups in my deck. That's interesting. I just noticed that. Wow. All right. Anyway, Queen of Cups here is, yes, someone in the reverse is someone who is, they act like they're like very nurturing. They act like they're very secure and balanced, but they're really not. So this is like someone who's like a mother or a wife, and they're on the outside feeling like they're very nurturing and loving and secure and getting things in order in the home, but they really are dependent. They really are insecure. They really are distrustful. They're very manipulative. And again, I feel like that leaves you in a like I feel like you start acknowledging this, you're starting to see the lack of harmony. There's a toxic element even to this energy that feel like no one's really getting it with the world card in reverse. Feels like someone is fearing change. It keeps them in the same cycles. It keeps them in this um, desolate state. This new energy that can come in, but it seems like it just doesn't work out. Um, Someone's petty or blinded to the situation that they really do might need to change their behavior. Someone is stagnant or like they're just permeated in creating stagnation because what they believe that's going to come out of this is new opportunities, coming out of poverty states, feeling luxurious, but at the same time it seems like again there's a level of toxicity going on. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius too, but for the most part, with the Six of Wands here in the reverse, there's some sort of element of fear. Spirit guides are saying you have nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to feel like you can't do. Um, I'm gonna just keep it honest with y'all. This energy just seems super manipulating. I just don't know how else to read this. And it's like very perplexed. It's even to the point where someone is embarrassing the other person. Again, there's a level of disloyalty here. Someone is like an enemy. Someone is really an enemy, Gemini, and I feel like this is an energy of self. If this is you acting like you're someone that you're not, it's leaving you stagnant. I know that is so a straight shooting as I'm sorry. If you are very sensitive, you might want to turn this off now. I'm gonna try my best to really coddle feelings though. But for the most part, if this is a sense of self, there's a toxic element here that needs to be really addressed. There's a lack of harmony within our own self, within the relationships that we're embodying. Someone is acting like they're secure when they're really not. Someone's very insecure and really manipulating because underneath all of the manipulation tactics, they're just really butt hurt about something that I feel like the hurt is stemming from their internal fears of one not wanting to be without, not wanting to be without again defeat, fear. I see fear. I see fear. I see fear. I see embarrassment. I see anxiety. I see all kinds of energy. But you're personally feeling like you're prosperous. But I feel like all this other energy is like, no. I feel like you're subconsciously thinking about something that no one really knows about. And what that is what that really is something that where someone is just can't be trusted. I feel like someone is has this dishonor or just someone who just isn't who they say they are. Um, Also with that, I'm sorry, y'all. I also feel like with that five of pentacles here, someone just creates their own chaos, their own ruins. They even have to a point where they have a disorder. It could be a sexually perverse disorder, I have to say, because of the devil here in the reverse. Someone has a sexual perversity. Someone toxic as fuck, yo. And it's just they keep themselves in the same cycle. They really do feel like they're prosperous and bliss and have these nuances and even have new opportunities coming in. But for the most part, um, someone is just not. Ugh. If you got to deal with this kind of energy, Gemini, I'm so sorry. I don't know. This is only a weekly reading, but someone in your environment is just so depressing. They so manipulative. They got disorders. They toxic as hell. They're not harmonious. They got a lot of fears. They got a lot of worries. They got a lot of anxiety. They get embarrassed easily. They're dependent. Very manipulative. They're butt hurt, or or they're really not responsible. They're not really willing to learn. I'm also saying too. So let's pull you guys some activation cards, okay? All right, that fell out. Okay, that fell out. I saw it. Realization. Okay. Now, this is the frequency of realization that supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in this world. Wow, that is gorgeous. And see that you have all of these intricate type of colors here with the green, with healing, blue, our ultimate truth, the yellow, our self-worth, our the orange is equal to creativity, the red, the security, right? Just knowing how secure we are. I feel like with realization, guys, this come just literally popping out. You might have to realize some of your own toxic behaviors, or somebody that you're in a relationship with. If this is a job, family, whomever it is, however it applies, someone has to get in a state of realization. Okay, because this can happen on so many different levels. Internally, we realize something when we become aware of something as a fact. Sometimes we don't want to do that, right? As this energy clearly indicates, someone's not going to indicate that their behavior is a fact. They're not. They feel very highly of themselves. And whether this is you or whomever this relates to, Gemini, but the reality of the situation that is that they have a lot of healing and growing and really working on their character, working on their integrity, working on their moral compass, working on their sub personalities, really realizing it, because self realization, we are able to unite our body, mind, and spirit and soul to step into our fullest, most authentic expression of who we really are. That's not happening here. And that's what the activation flew out of my hand and really say, be genuine, be who you really are. Gemini, you guys have, again, it's famously known that you guys have Jekyll and Hyde energy. You're one way, but you're another way. Whomever, I'm not here to judge. I have my Jekyll and Hyde energy, but I'm able to say that out loud. Are you? Right? So realize the fact that who you are. Step into the fact that, hey, I am a manipulator. Hey, I do got some toxic shit with me. Hey, I do have maybe even a disorder with sex or disorder with gambling, or have some toxic behavior that I really maybe I have some deep seated fears of things that I don't really talk about. Maybe I do leave myself stagnant in this state. Maybe I am too dependent on others or very mistrustful of others. Whatever the case is, but realize it. Realize your own energies, because when we take that inward journey, we go through these layers of awareness, okay? Again, with that green representing that heart, wisdom and stability needed. Um, Again, self awareness, creativity, and expression that really is going to help us here. Okay, so again, we want to ask ourselves, do we realize the magnificence of who I am and the scale of what I can create while we're here in this body? Or, um, what is it that you want to accomplish in the world? Do you realize the magnificence of who you are? Do you have the ability to overcome um, not seeing certain realizations as facts? Okay. I'm sorry if that was too harsh. I apologize, y'all. All right, so let's pull some love readings. Let's see what's going on in your love life. Single, couple, and dating. So, spirit guides, what are Gemini's love energies for this week of February? That wanted to fly out. Let go of control issues. Okay, so we have soulmate. Wow. Yes, this is your soulmate. Yes. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Woo. Yes. And heart to heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Wow. Okay, so guys, this is beautiful. Um, yes, you might definitely be coming across some sort of soulmate capacity, but there's something that you first must do, and it might have a lot to do with again control. With the devil card here, the reverse here, there's a lot of controlling a self. It could be a controlling situation that we're trying to get a hold of that we don't have control over. Okay. um if this is a relationship, this definitely is a soulmate energy, but you guys have to like really get to a heart to heart conversation, maybe even finding counseling to like really facilitate the conversation away from blame and towards any resolutions that you guys have with one another. um Again, there's something that's uncomfortably that needs to be discussed, um, and it has a lot to do with again letting the uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Letting go of control issues, right? We have our preferences, we have all of these different things that we want to control, but it'll only frustrate us because we're slowing down any prayers that we made to the universe. Okay? We have to ask our ancestors, our angels, our spirit guides, our whomever that we pray to for your desires. Remember that your prayers can be answered differently from what you had in mind, okay? So be open for all of these possibilities. Um, Control issues, again, are based out of fears, okay? You have a soulmate energy right in front of you, okay? I feel like you guys have to really truly realize some energies, realizing that this person is your soulmate, realizing that this energy here is made for you and is tailored for you, but it's like you have to really truly believe in it. With that soulmate energy, yes, it just seems like they're comfortable. You felt like you have a like a bond. Um, Again, if this is someone that you're single, guess what? This is a validation that is going to occur. Okay. Sometimes we don't see our soulmates as romantic sparks that don't fly out at first. But I'm telling you, when you have the opportunity to explore each other through heart to heart conversations, you start realizing that this is in fact yours. But again, I feel like letting go of control issues really has a lot to do with energies that you must realize, Gemini, or the person you're with, whomever this is to, they have to realize some of their own behaviors that's keeping them not realizing that this is their soulmate, not realizing this is the perfect job, that they're not realizing how capable and prosperous that they could be. Um, Also, again, Sometimes we just have to realize that sometimes we're in our own way. And it has to be physical healing that must be had here. Um, just physical. I just feel like someone isn't who they say they are. Feel like they really are just acting very queen beautiful like or king and beautiful like, and but at the very moment their audience isn't around or whomever that they're performing that energy, there's somebody totally different. And they must realize because they act like that, it's blocking their blessings. And they really do have to need a heart to heart conversation with the ones that they love, or even if they're married, and really get to like some resignations or resolutions for that matter, okay? So, guys, thank you so much for coming to this reading. And I'll talk to y'all next week. Bye.